Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everyone. Sister G here, Glenda Coker, spiritual name, Gloria. How are you doing? Welcome to the show. I appreciate every last one of you. And I just thank you for tuning in. I'm going to start off right now by giving you that guest call-in number if you need that guest call-in number. That area code is 646-668-8858. That is 646-668-8858. Welcome. I have also the chat up. If you have any questions or comments or anything, feel free to type them in the chat, and I will try to answer those questions or comments or address those comments and if I have time during the show. Well, you know I'm here from time to time, and I'm on Spreaker. Tune in tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I have all those links in the description box right here on Blog Talk Radio. And if you've been following me, you know that I came on last week and I talked about peace, the peace push for the Middle East. And I have that link down there if you missed that show. And I have a link down there for an update about the Middle East, the peace in the Middle East. And I explain, I want you to have a link down, and I want you to check out that show because this explains also, it's all tied in. This is like a part 2 right here. This is about the establishment of the Israeli, the synagogue over there in the Middle East and what's going on and what this means for us as Christians, but you won't really understand what's going on unless you have checked out the previous show here. So I have a link there here in the description for that. I also have contact links for my shows that I also do on Spreaker. You can tune in, and I have links for the websites there. Go on over to glendacoker.com, www.glendacoker.com, GLENDACOKER, and submit your email address. Get on the email list. At the top left, there are social media icons. Follow me, and I will be sure to follow you back. Any questions or comments that I have there, I have T-shirts and different things there. You can check all of that out about me and everything on that site. Also, I encourage you to go over to www.praiseprayer.org. And that site right there is fully anointed, just one page there. And very nice, very simple, inspired by God, and get your blessings on. Pray along with me there. Submit any prayer requests. Right there, there's a 7-day scripture that comes on, different scripture every single day. You can accept your salvation prayer there. There's a free PDF book there, so little music there. So go on over and check that site out as well. And I have all of that right here in the description. If you are on here listening, I'm here live, and I am here to just give you an update, and I just want to read this article to you about what's going on in Israel and the Israel and the Israelis and the Palestinians are going back and forth about the temple and everything. And we don't have long. We know Jesus Christ is coming back soon. So all of this ties in together. And it is my duty, it is our duty as brothers and sisters, Christian saints, to spread the word, the whole truth and nothing but the truth of everything about the gospel of Jesus, everything about the ministry. And we are in the time of the end. We don't know the day or the hour, but we can watch these events and keep each other abreast as to what's going on. Be sure you watch the news and see where we're at right now, what's going on. So this is what I am here. If you've been following my ministry, this is what I do. I bring it to you. I bring it all to you. I don't shortcut anything. I don't shortcut anything. And that's what we want to do as Christians. Bring that word, spread that word out, let people know. God says, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. So we want to be as knowledgeable as we can and stay abreast of everything. So right now I'm going to pull up this article, and I'm going to read it to you. And I also have a link with the link of this article right here, so that you can go back and you can read it for yourself. But the name of this is called Israeli Activists Call for Establishment of Synagogue on Temple Mount. All right. We're going to get right into this article right now. And it reads, activists advocating Israeli rights on the Temple Mount held an emergency meeting on Sunday evening to discuss the Muslim Waqf's recent WAQFS, and I looked it up, and it's pronounced wax, walks, like box walks. Waqf's recent illegal takeover. Excuse me if my pronunciation is wrong, but that's the pronunciation that I come up with. I looked up. Okay, reading right along. Okay, I'll start all over. Activists advocating Israeli rights on the Temple Mount held an emergency meeting on Sunday evening to discuss the Muslim Waqf's recent illegal takeover of the Sha'ar HaRachamim, which is the Golden Gate compound, and the required Israeli response. The Golden Gate area has been closed under a court order since 2003, and it was used for terrorism. But the Waqfs and Muslim worshippers have reassessed the area and essentially established another mosque, the fifth on the Temple Mount. Several dozen Israeli activists took part in the meeting to assess the urgent situation, at the end of which they called for Israeli mass visits to the Temple Mount on Thursday to strengthen the Jewish hold on the holy site. They also issued a demand for a synagogue on the Temple Mount. With the violation of the status quo on the Temple Mount, the activists called for the implementation of the long-standing demand of the rabbis headed by the late Rabbi Mordecai Eliyahu to establish a synagogue on the Temple Mount at the Sha'ar HaRachamim area, which is the Golden Gate area, which the Muslims recently established another mosque. The assembly also issued a call to have the Waqf declared an illegal organization and to have it banned from the Temple Mount. The participants in the emergency conference also called on Israeli political parties to demand the permission of Jewish prayer on the Temple Mount as a precondition for any coalition agreement. Finally, the conference called upon the government to enact the regulations required to define the Temple Mount as the holiest site for the Jewish people, and to set the regulations required for the prayer of Jews on the Temple Mount. Jews are currently banned from any form of prayer on the Temple Mount, and any attempt to do so by a Jew is promptly thwarted by the Waqfs and the police and can end with the arrest of the Jewish worshiper. The Golden Gate area, known by the Muslims as the Bab al-Rama, remains open despite Israeli attempts to close it and in violation of a court order. The Muslims view the reopening of the area as a show of defiance against Israel, and with no Israeli response to this change of the status quo on the Temple Mount, a victory over Israel's presence in Jerusalem. The Muslim leadership alleges that Israel wants to keep the Golden Gate sealed off for Muslims in order to give Jewish fanatics who call for rebuilding their temple inside the Al-Aqsa, AQSA, compound free access and presence in the area. The Muslims, as well as the Hamas terror organization, have threatened an outbreak of violence if Israel attempts to reshut the area. Israeli police on Sunday handed the chairman of the Waqf Council in Jerusalem, Sheikh Abdul Azim Sahab, an order banning him from entering the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound for 40 days. The latest Muslim leader to receive such an order in wake of the unrest on the Temple Mount. The Palestinian authorities, PA, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, commended in the strongest terms the Israeli authorities temporarily banned on the entry of the Waqf officials as a dangerous escalation aimed at preventing Muslim worshippers access to the mosque and undermining the role and work of the Waqf. The ministry in a statement Monday alleged that Israel attempts to empty the mosque of Palestinian citizens and Muslim worshippers, which is stressed, come as part of its plans to enforce the temporal division of Al-Aqsa until it is spatially divided. The ministry warned of the repercussions of these Israeli arbitrary measures against Al-Aqsa, AQSA Mosque, which is claimed comes within the framework of the Judaization and altering of the character and identifying of the city of Jerusalem. Wow. A lot of words here to pronounce, a lot of things going on here. Whew. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, in a nutshell, get ready, Jesus is coming back. They are trying to build the temple over there, and we know because of prophecy, because it is written in the Bible that yes, this will be rebuilt. The temple, the synagogue will be rebuilt on the Temple Mount. And this is happening. And so right now, the Israelis and the Palestinians, they're going back and forth and everything. And so they're having a little conflict and things like that. But we know that this the Israeli synagogue, the temple, will be built on the Temple Mount. We know that. So it is prophecy. It is said. It is so. And if you have been following me and everything, you know what I'm talking about is leading up to. And ladies and gentlemen, Jesus is coming soon. Jesus is coming soon. And we know that I think it was in 2008, in the Middle East, the Israels, they built the altar and things like that. Now they're talking about the temple, the synagogue here. And we know that we are in the time of the end, but we must follow exactly what's going on. And all this just happened as of this show. Yes, this past Sunday, the meeting was met. Let's see. The activists advocating Israeli rights on the Temple Mount held an emergency meeting on Sunday evening to discuss this illegal takeover of the Golden Gate and what's going on. So these things just happen, and I bring them to you as they unfold because we need to just stay abreast of what's going on over in Jerusalem, Israel, the Middle East. What's going on? And we know in the Bible when it says world peace, when it said we have world peace, look out the end. We know that all of these things that are happening, the floods, the food shortages, all these things are in the Bible that are happening. We know that the end is near. So I bring you I bring you everything in the Bible, the Old Testament, the New Testament, and